Hello everyone, my name is Jason, this is
Monty.
Today we're doing a brand new J&M Talk video on probably one of the most controversial topics we've ever done. Today we're talking about racism, and he's going to start it off today.
Alright, well, basically, if you are a Christian, then you know that racism is wrong in the first place. But we still have problem with racism and all kinds of bigotry, really. But racism is really what gets me kind of steamed up. And I'm in a ranting mood today, so this video might go on a little bit longer. But racism has been a problem for a very long time. Matter of fact, I think, I could be wrong, but I think the first encounter we have with racism in the Bible is when the Hebrews were enslaved by the Egyptians. And this was a huge problem. And it also became a saying, working like a Hebrew slave. But then the Egyptians, this led to all kinds of trouble for the Egyptians. So in the first place, we know that racism is very wrong and can lead to a lot of trouble. And even the Jews, God's people, were racist at times against the Gentiles of all kinds of people. And the Pharisees had this big problem about this. And it's just all kinds of things. And in modern day, racism just kind of gets on my nerves when people look at people weird because of their color or their background or their parents. Just basically what they look like. And I really just cannot stand that. I was down at my aunt's house and I actually saw a commercial about racism. And that got me steamed up. If it's a big enough problem for people to make commercials about it, then it seriously needs to stop. It's very unchristian and aggravating in the first place, making people feel down about their own selves because they're not the same color as you. And then again, some people pick on people because they don't have as much money, they don't have best clothes, and it's a big problem in schools all over America, and I cannot stand it. Every time I see it, I just get kind of worked up, and I hate it. There's nothing much to say about it.
Yeah, racism is something I believe that is probably one of the most prevalent problems that faces America currently, and all over the world, really. But now, of course, we live in the South, and I think the South is probably what it's known for. And although I do think it's probably 50-50 on both sides, it's what the South is known for. It's known for its racism and stereotypes and things like that. And I don't know why. I think it somehow has something to do with maybe the way our country was founded. And of course we did found upon slave states. And slavery was okay. And then very recently, back in the 1960s, did, of course, African Americans gain their rights. And so, but I do think there's still, even with the Donald Sterling case a few months back, we can still see that there are places and there are people in our great country that still are still racist, and I think that's a problem. And we know from the Bible several accounts that racism is wrong because it is based off of skin color or based off just anything on outwardly appearance, and it's not based on righteousness. And the Bible tells us flat out that if we are to be like God, then we cannot look at the outwardly man, but we must judge based off of that person's righteousness and the condition of their soul. And now racism, I believe, is wrong because it invokes hate, not love. God, as we know, is love. And so it's wrong to take away love from another human being for no reason at all, because taking away love, which I believe only God can do. So us saying, I don't love that person, I hate that person, taking away love, putting ourselves in the place of God that we say we can take away love, is basically blasphemy. Raising yourself up to the level that only God can do. And as we know, blasphemy and God do not go together at all.
And if you're going to speak on the terms of judging someone because of their own skin color, we did do a sermon a while back. What sermon was that?
19.
Longer time ago. But it was a good sermon, I do believe. And it was all about the fact that you are not a judge. That's another way that you raise yourself up to God's place and His elevation. is that you judge somebody without really knowing them. You cannot judge somebody unless you are judging them on the Bible.
Yep.
And I believe that with all my heart.
And now, this is a problem because I see this a lot all over the world. And of course, we know most of America, I believe somewhere in the 50s, basically, even though I don't consider America a Christian nation, as many Christians do, I do believe that it was founded on biblical, it was founded on Bible philosophies and principles and things like that.
It was a biblical nation.
So we do know that from that. And I do believe that even throughout our entire nation, we do still have some of the original foundations of the Bible, such as our tax laws and things like that. Some of the things taken directly from the Bible. And so, yes, in some ways, our country does still follow biblical principles, if you will. And so, what really gets me mad is that some Christians who are blatant racists, who would just use Christianity as a front to be racist to people they don't consider worthy of God's love. We saw this a lot back during slave times, and I do believe we still see it. So all I have to say to that is, if you are going to be a racist, don't you dare call yourself a Christian, because a Christian literally means a follower of Jesus Christ's teachings and the Apostles' Creed. So if you're going to call yourself a Christian and then you're going to be a racist, that contradicts itself. So don't you dare say that you worship God, a God of love, when you're going to inflict hate on another person. If anything, you're not worshiping God, but you're actually serving Satan. That's all I have to say. I know that's probably a little controversial, and not as PC as we'd like it to be, but whenever we're talking about the Bible, we're not PC about it. So I believe that's everything. So anything else?
Yeah, I believe that's everything.
Yeah. So I do believe we have song inspection, first official one. And sorry if I messed up last week. I said music inspection. That's not the actual title. Actual title is song inspection. We haven't been able to say it. We finally just got into saying song inspection this week because it's so new. Really excited about it, and we're ready to do it. And so you guys are really enjoy it. And that'll be all. So my name is Jason, and this is
Monty.
Signing off.